Okay, well, I value your time. I want to try to get quick, right to the point, something valuable.
Great.
I would like you to discern me separately from anyone you've probably ever had on.
Okay, I try to do that for everybody.
Yeah, but I'm like really different.
How so?
So, well, I mean, I'm not kidding when I really said I do kind of know everything. There's really not a question I can't answer. But there's three main questions I want to get out of the way first
Mm-hmm.
that I get 24/7.
Okay.
How, why, and when.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not going to tell you when. I don't really know anyways. Nobody really knows, even the ones doing the work. How? I mean, I give you Paul White Gold Eagle. That's a great example. It's a tough subject. And why? Well, that's classified. So I'm not going to tell you.
When you say
But,
classified amongst your community, or is this a government thing?
both.
So you're working with the government?
Not officially. Our division is basically like basically we're in charge. Like there is no like all the worldwide governments, all the stuff you see, all that. It's all a facade. It's all fake. We're basically under what's called a theocracy,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that there's only two militaries. There's the black hats and then there's the white hats.
Okay.
Military is the only option. So, I mean, we basically have to use the military to, gain sovereignty and freedom on this planet. So it's just the white hats. It's basically Neuralink, is actually old technology. And then I like to call it Source Link, just for a fun little term.
So you're saying that the military, are we going to have some sort of major action soon?
So what you call UFOs, I'm just going to tell you guys a bunch of crazy stuff. I hope this really doesn't go viral. But the only UFO that matters is the sun. That there's not a UFO that matters that's not the sun. Basically, your organic body, that is like what matters. That you are the most advanced UFO in existence. There are beings across the universe that are jealous of the humans here because of how advanced our starting point is in regards to our capabilities for advancement and evolution.
What's your concept of the universe? How big?
Well, I mean, there's multiple universes. What do you want to know about it?
So let's talk about ours. How big do you think it is, and are there other life forms out there?
Oh yeah, 100%. We're under a quarantine. That's why you're not seeing that. You're not seeing any interaction because we're upholding what's called the Prime Directive, which prohibits interaction between non-warp capable humans, meaning that you personally are not warp capable. So you have not reached a sufficient level of advancement to be able to interact with the beings that are all around you already.
How long have we been in quarantine?
Since the fall. And our last ascension attempt was Atlantis. And, we're not going to do that again.
So
right, guys?
What's the deal with Atlantis? We were talking about underwater cities, perhaps, earlier in the show.
Yeah, I was told that Atlantis was, I don't know, I've lost track a little bit. I've heard some intel on maybe Atlantis was our 6th or 7th attempt. Basically, we get an attempt about every 26,000 years. And that one attempt is an attempt to get from 3D to 5D.
You realize when you're not giving exact specifics, it does seem to many that you don't know everything. If you can't tell us like specifics with this stuff, like we need hard data here.
So if you like hard data, you can pull up the Schumann resonance.
Mm-hmm.
Stefan Burns is my recommendation as far as hard data, as far as, magnetic fields and stuff. And then also as well, too, I like to mention that PEMF devices, which is developed by NASA, generates a personal electromagnetic field. And the existence of those really is kind of like an admission by NASA that the Earth's magnetic field does have an effect on the human. And so what it is there's a collective of humans that are working with the magnetic fields of the sun, and that affects the entire universe.
And we're allowed to do that while we're in quarantine, and no one's gonna be upset.
Well, yeah, because because yeah, of course we have freedom, bro. The Galactic Codex. Sorry, honestly, there's your answer I was looking for. I should have mentioned that first. Honestly, I highly suggest that you learn the Galactic Codex because that's a law, and there is no law above it. So forget like your First Amendment and all that stuff. If it's not under Galactic Codex, I mean, period. That will be upheld with the military.
Where does one find that?
It's on the Cobra website, on his blog spot for the Cobra blog spot website. If you just type in Galactic Codex Cobra, they kind of Google has it like shadow banned. So if you just try to search for it, doesn't come up. That really kind of tells you it's something too. But it's on Cobra's blog spot website, and the Galactic Codex is basically our bylaws that allow us to do and take control of the planet with military force.
Does the president understand what's going on? If you say this is classified, is this in his purview?
Oh yeah. Well, I'll throw you a bone. Okay, I'll give you names of 3 people, and I hope this does not go viral. Oh man. But I will give you names of 3 people that are like on our level, basically. That would be RFK Jr., Trump, and Putin. I am declaring those 3 people to be white hats.
Are they the first of any president to be a white hat? Or is it Trump?
Yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah. Yeah. We've been under black hat control, guys, for like a long time. So I mean, like, it's a process to regain control of an entire planet.
So is Trump a time traveler?
Yes. He has access to everything, basically, for the most part. He is under sovereign protection of the Galactic Codex, is what protects him. That's actually why he was not assassinated.
Interesting. Was he Elvis?
Is Elvis
I don't know everything. I'm not omnipotent, and I'm not allowed to prove my ability.
You said you knew everything.
Okay, so I'm not allowed to prove my ability. So like if someone asks me a question related to remote viewing and so I have to like either pretend or things will be on my subconscious. My higher self keeps things from me. Like it's complicated. I don't just like know everything. I'm not like omnipotent.
Okay. And I forget, you said you don't believe in God or you do?
We call God source.
Okay.
So yeah, we believe in God for sure.
Because you referenced the fall. You referenced the fall, so you believe in the fall of man.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we're like those, like Trump, RFK Jr., and Putin. We're like actual true disciples of Jesus, like actual legit, like true disciples of Jesus, which is more rare than humans realize.
Who else?
I mean, I'm coming out. It's a big deal for me to make a list, man. Like, you gotta understand, like, we're highly targeted people. For me to put myself on a list with Trump, RFK Jr., and Putin, like, I mean, let's be straight, man. Like, that's a big deal for me to come out publicly and say that.
I mean, there's thousands of people watching right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
So, you're taking quite a big chance if this is so classified and dangerous for you. You definitely chose. I mean, we're not the biggest show, but there are a few thousand people currently listening to you.
Yeah. Well, I got to the point to where I'm just like, you humans are constantly like, when this, what's going on? I'm just like, okay, guys, calm down. Let me just at least come out and say something. Anybody that wants to know, here, I'll tell you something, whatever. It's like, I'm not really concerned for my safety. I'm kind of got that handled myself.
Did he say you humans?
Yeah, he did say you humans. So
you're not human.
You're not a human.
As far as what an extraterrestrial actually is, I am a being from Terra Nova. So I am like the term extraterrestrial, I am actually that term. Although I am considered human, which is human, which is a hue, like the hue of a rainbow. And a man, it's an etymology. It's an encrypted English is something I use a lot. So there's etymology. It's complicated.
All right, can I ask you a few questions that I'm seeing in the chat that I think are important?
Sure.
Black Guitar 14, this is a good one. Do you know if Creed is going to play the anti-Super Bowl?
Creed?
Creed, the great Creed.
That's the question?
I think that's the most important question to ask.
I would have to like do an advanced timeline scan. That would be a big deal for me to look that up, and I would only do it if it was important, and it's not important.
I mean, Creed is like the Beatles of our day. So
I get it.
okay, this is a good one. Cheeb 34. When does Baron Trump reveal himself and take over?
So all of the white hats are being like low key about it right now because they don't want to seem crazy. Because you'll notice people in the chat are already be like, "This dude is Opus Rocker." Like I am straight. Like
No, everyone totally believes you.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Remind me, there's white hats and black
hats.
cats.
Yeah. Isn't that a Q thing?
Yeah, That's why I have a rank. It's Q++ Alpha Prime.
And what's that mean?
Well, that's exactly why you're not going to know what it is until you know.
Okay, then.
You know?
All right. Well, brother, we're going to move on to the next caller. It is a pleasure to hear from you again.
But I have to ask one more question.
Oh, yeah. Go, please.
Okay.
Who shot Charlie Kirk?
Oh, man, that's a really tough subject to get into. All I can say is that there was a co-creative agreement on the timeline, and the timeline is better now because of that situation. And so we kind of used the black cats against themselves to make things better. And so we kind of like gave in a little bit on some stuff in order for the better good. And so that's as much as I can really say on that.
All right, then. All right. Well, always a pleasure.
Thanks for calling in.
Please call back.
Yeah.
We'll continue this. Thank you. So, what do you guys think?